ability to be a utility player as well. So of course they will miss a player like that, but I wouldn't say that is accounting or causing their loss of form at the moment. No,
Oh, all
not
right.
at all.
Well, yeah, I just thought about that and I thought, well, are they starting to feel the pinch of, Alexander Arnold, Trent's departure? But anyway, so um, I think we're playing tomorrow, actually, England.
Thursday, yeah, we're playing Wales, aren't we?
Yeah, we're playing Wales. That should be a walkover. What do you think?
Well, it should be. I mean, we don't want to say it like that because,
Well,
sometimes it doesn't work out as people think. On paper, England should win that comfortably. But as people often say, the game isn't played on paper. But
no.
yeah, we would expect, and when you think it's the number of people in England who
Yeah.
football can choose from to have their international or their national team is a hell of a lot more than the number of people in Wales. So I just think in more recent times, Wales have excelled a bit. They've been visibly got better.
Yeah.
There's a great national pride in Wales, as I hope there is in England. I think there is for us football fans.
Mm.
But they've always been a very proud nation. I guess rugby has always been their prime sport,
Mm.
of which they're probably amongst the best or the best. But yeah, I think England should win that. But I don't say that with any sense of certainty because on the day you never know. You never
Mm.
know.
Yeah. Very true. Now let's look at the players. Um, Thomas Tuchel, is it dropped Jude Bellingham permanently now? Is it dropped him
Mm.
permanently? Because I don't seem to recall him playing after that incident with
Mm.
the female referee. I don't know if you remember that. Was that the friendly with Senegal?
I think so, but it
Yeah,
certainly was that incident with the
yeah,
female official, wasn't it?
yeah.
And Tuchel at the time, or a few days later, said that, and it's a strange thing to have said, really, but he said his mother found it repulsive, Bellingham's actions. He
Right.
said he said my mother found it repulsive, which may have been Tuchel's way of saying to Jude Bellingham, I thought what you did was repulsive, was very wrong.
Hmm.
And of course, he kind of rode back a bit when he was questioned, Thomas Tuchel, and was sort of talking about, well, it probably lost in translation because obviously he's German. But I think he's pretty good with his English. And the fact that he has chosen not to pick him for this squad might be indicative of the fact that he didn't like Jude Bellingham's behaviour there. And I don't think by any means he's saying, I'm never going to pick him again. I think he'd be foolish if he's saying that because Bellingham is clearly he's a substantial footballer, should we say? He's a bit of a colossus when he's on form playing for England or anyone else. He sort of almost takes the game by the scruff of the neck and makes it his game. He's that good, and we all know that. So he can't afford to keep him out of the team, in my view, for too long. But it could just be, in some ways, teaching him a lesson. I mean, because after that incident, anyway, he got injured, so he wasn't really eligible to be picked for the team.
Yeah.
And of course, now he is fit and he's playing. So I guess it came as a bit of a surprise. I heard this morning that Jordan Henderson has said the fact that he's not been picked, Bellingham, doesn't help the team, or that when Bellingham is there, it really does help the team. So he may be voicing Jordan Henderson what the players think, but at the end of the day, they must respect what the manager. Respect what the manager decides, what his decisions are. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's a little bit of a strange one, but I'm sure hopefully there's good intention behind it. I think there were one or two other things. I was slightly surprised he didn't perhaps because I'm a Palace fan, but I thought Adam Walton has done enough to get picked again. He couldn't be on the last one 2 or 3 weeks ago because he was
Mm,
injured, but he's
mm,
played brilliantly since then. Um, Brilliantly. And I'm surprised he's not picked him, but there we are. Hopefully he'll come back in the future. But yeah, it's otherwise probably most of the selections there are ones that we would have expected.
mm, mm. Okay, so we do have I do have the selection. So we do have the selection here.
Yeah.
So in goal, um, goalkeepers is we've got Henderson, yeah, which is Palace. We've got
England's number one. Yeah.
is it? I thought it was Pickford.
Well, that's what we all sing to him at Palace. But no, I mean Pickford. You could argue is England's number one.
Yeah,
But in the game on Sunday at Everton, our crowd was sort of singing England's number one. I think a little bit ironically we'll probably cover that game a bit later, but Palace should never have lost that game. But that's digressing. But
oh
yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah.
two very good goalkeepers, and who's the third goalkeeper?
Right. So Trafford,
Trafford, yeah, yeah,
Trafford,
Man
yeah,
City, isn't he? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So and then defenders. Guess who's top on the list?
Well, Marc Guehi is there for a start.
That's it, Marc Guehi.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
can never not pick
He's,
Marc
he's
Guehi.
yeah, he's really positioned himself now at the top of, as I say, as you say, the first choice defender. His name is first on the team sheet, probably as
Yeah,
at Palace. But I read the other day as well that both Real Madrid and Barcelona are considering bids in January. So his fame is spreading across Europe now, and
yeah,
possibly further afield than that. So it is inevitable we're going to lose him, which is a great shame from Palace's point of view. But that's the nature of the beast. If you're a club with a more limited turnover because we don't have a particularly big ground and you've got to stay on the right side of the financial fair play rules,
yeah.
like other clubs, we're essentially a bit of a feeder club, which is
Mm.
frustrating because we feel we want to keep the best players. But once we produce players like Eze, Guéhi, Walton, we picked him up, didn't we, from